Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Dil. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be specially talking to patients who are having kidney stones. The number of patients who have been diagnosed as having kidney stones are on the rise, and many are being treated with different procedures for their kidney stones, and these patients are very eager to know about their dietary modifications, and most of these patients are loaded with many advices and many opinions by different kinds of people regarding their food intake and their diet. And today I hope to give you proper, scientifically proven advices regarding how you should alter your diet if you are a patient who is having a renal stone or a kidney stone. Why are these kidney stones formed? You know, kidneys are the organs which filter the unnecessary waste products that are in our body. So kidney is the main organ responsible for that. And there are substances such as calcium, phosphate, uric acid, cysteine, and many others who can cause these stones within our body. The concentration of these stone forming substrates in the filtrate that comes into the kidney is the main responsible factor that causes stones within the renal system. There are many types of stones that can be formed in the body. Calcium oxalate, calcium phosphate, uric acid, cysteine stones, and struvite stones are the main types. Among these stone types, calcium oxalate and uric acid stones are the commonest types of stones that are diagnosed in patients. And today I'll be elaboratively discussing regarding these two types of stones. When you are diagnosed as having a renal stone or a kidney stone, before you start controlling your diet or controlling your food intake, there is something that you should know. So, as I said earlier, there are many types of stones that can be formed in the body. So, the dietary modifications, of course, depend on the type of stones that you have. So, can you get an idea, or can you know what type of stones that you're having? Yes, of course, you can. When you go to the doctor, you can discuss with the doctor. The doctor performs many tests, blood tests, urine tests, and also imaging. If you have undergone a procedure to remove your stone, or if by chance you have passed one or two stones, very small ones, with your urine you can actually analyze the stone itself. If not, you can talk to your doctor, and the doctor can give some idea as to what type of stone that you may be having. So if you don't know what type of stone that you have, there's no point in controlling the diet. Irrespective of the type of the stone that you have, there's one thing that you can do. You should increase your intake of water. You should at least drink 2 to 3 liters of water daily. You should pass pale yellow colored urine. You can use it as a rough guide. So that is the most important thing that you should be doing if you are a patient who is having renal or kidney stones. Now let's move on to calcium oxalate stones. Calcium oxalate stones are the commonest stones that are seen in patients worldwide. There is a belief among these patients that you should cut down the intake of calcium rich food. That is actually wrong. It has been proven with the latest research that your calcium intake should be as of a normal person. There is no need to cut down or reduce the intake of calcium rich food such as yogurt, milk, cheese, butter, and all the dairy products mainly. There is no need to reduce the intake of calcium rich food. But there is one thing: if you are on calcium supplements or the calcium tablets, if we say in lay terms, you should stop it. If you are on calcium supplements, it increases the tendency of you developing these calcium oxalate stones. And also you should cut down, or you should avoid as much as possible the intake of oxalate rich food, high oxalate food. So what are these oxalate rich food? Red rice, atta flour. So you can use something like white rice and wheat flour instead of that. Red cowpea, soya are the lentils that are high in oxalate. When we take vegetables, beetroot, okra, banana flower, radish, moringa, spinach, moringa leaves and parsley are high oxalate vegetables. When you take fruits, avocado, pomegranate are oxalate rich fruits which are found in Sri Lanka. Nuts like cashew nuts, almonds are also very rich in oxalate. Chocolate is another thing that is rich in oxalate. Tea is another very important thing for Sri Lankans because we drink a lot of tea. So we can switch to coffee if you are a patient with kidney stones. There are some other important things that you should be considering if you are a patient who is having calcium oxalate renal stones. That is vitamin C. That I'm not referring to the vitamin C which are mainly in the citrus fruits that we take. It's mainly the supplement or the vitamin C tablets. We are in the habit of taking vitamin C tablets in abundance these days to increase our immunity and to protect ourselves from the COVID-19 pandemic. If you are a patient with renal stones, it's best to avoid taking these vitamin C tablets. You should increase the intake of fresh fruits and vegetables. It decreases the acidity in your urine and it reduces the tendency of you developing calcium oxalate stones. In the meantime, you should also reduce the intake of salt that you're taking. That also protects you from developing these stones again. Then we'll move on to the uric acid stones. Patients with uric acid stones are also being commoner these days because many patients who are obese, who are fat, tend to develop uric acid stones, and some of these patients are you know that keto diet and keto meal plans are fashion. It has become a fashion these days and they follow these meal plans without any medical advice. They take unnecessarily high amounts of protein, so they can end up developing these uric acid stones. If you are a patient having uric acid stones, it's best to cut down your proteins and take only the recommended amount of proteins with medical advice. In the meantime, you should increase the intake of fresh fruits and vegetables. You should cut down on your added sugars and salt, and also you should reduce the intake of alcohol as much as possible. And also, if you are a patient having uric acid stones, you should reduce the intake of red meat, organ meat such as liver and red fish because it increases the tendency of you developing these uric acid stones. So to sum up, if you are a patient who is having a renal stone or a kidney stone, regardless of the type of stone that you're having, you should increase the intake of water. You should drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water daily. And when it comes to food, it all depends on the type of stone that you're having. So if you don't have any idea about what type of stone that you have, there's no point in controlling your food intake. So I think this video was helpful to you. Without proper medical advice, never try to cut down on the nutritious food that you're taking. If you have any queries regarding your nutrition or your child's nutrition, you can leave a comment on the comment section. If you're interested in watching more videos like this, you can subscribe my channel. Until we meet again, see you. I'm Dr. Dale.